It was a huge eye-opener for me when I think I was about 10 when I started playing in the Metro League, and I grew up in the Cape, so the hockey pool down there wasn't too big when I was younger, and then my father and I made the decision it was mostly his decision because he had to drive me to practices every day. He was playing for the Junior Terriers, living on the Cape was a bit of a commitment, but
Right.
yeah, it just showed me everything else that was out there, all the other players and the different leagues, and it really, that's where I started to put the work in and realize that there's always somebody better, there's always more opportunities, and from that I made a lot of good friends, a lot of lifelong friends, and yeah, still play against some of the guys that I used to play against then.
Uh-huh. And just, a lot of people talk to me about you just said it a little there, the competition that you would face there and just the level that's raised in those games. I mean, they said it was like every weekend.
Oh, yeah.
It was intense games, right?
Yeah, exactly. And for the 87 level, it was always us versus the Islanders. We lost 4 years in a row to them in the finals, and it was just heartbreakers. But they ended up going on to win that Quebec Junior tournament. So we felt a little good about that, but it was still, we just always knew that they were the best team, and we'd get them every once in a while, but they just had a powerhouse, and we had some good players, but at that age too, it's just, I don't know, it's a lot of coaching, it's a lot of commitment, because guys have different commitments going on, and that league really made you focus on hockey and kind of choose it as a path.
Who was your coach then?
Barry Armstrong.
Okay.
Him and my father and Jason Lawrence's father. He played over at BU.
Nice. And did you always know you were going to be a defenseman, or had you started forward?
At that age, I was defense. When I was starting out, I was forward, probably from 5 to 9-ish. I was forward, and then I think my father just threw me on D. He was a defenseman growing up, so I liked it back there. A little more time with the puck.
Had the pro, like, I'm sure you pay attention to the pro teams as you're playing then, had that shift to more puck moving D that we see now, I mean, everyone wants one of those, had that started yet, and if so, had it sort of trickled down to your level?
Yes and no. There was always the Niedermeyers, the guys who could just skate. Brian Leach was a hometown hero for us, and guys like that. But overall, it was still more of a steady defensive game, and guys more like Ray Bork who could kind of do everything out there, play the tough physical game on the back end, but contribute offensively. So it definitely was creeping in, but I think after the first lockout is when it really took a big shift towards the puck moving defense.
And where were you at that level at that time?
04, I was at Nobles.
Okay. So kids were starting to see that. I mean, was the coaching starting to change at that point too?
Yeah, they definitely just encouraged defense to be more active in the play.
Jump in.
Be around the offensive net more. I mean, you definitely had your responsibilities to cover your own net, but it wasn't time for guys just to block shots anymore. You had to contribute as well. So, and nowadays that's everything. You got to be good at both ends, forwards and D.
Right. We were just talking before we started the camera here about the Corey Griffin happy hour they just had. How cool is it to see all the alums back in one place, and how many of them have made it onto the pro level? I mean, what's that like for you?
Yeah, it's pretty surreal. There's a good number of us that started playing together when we were 14, 15, and they're still playing now. We still train together in the summers, and Corey was always a part of that, and his younger brother Mikey as well. And the father, Rob, is kind of the one who brought us all together and really made sure that we all got the training, the ice times, brought us to tournaments, and he was a big catalyst for all that. And I mean, all of us owe a great gratitude to that whole family, and it's a terrible tragedy, but they're doing a great thing in his name.
For sure. And finally, how does it feel to be back here with the chance to maybe play for the team you grew up watching?
Yeah, it's pretty surreal. I mean, I've driven by this place a million times on the Mass Pike, but never been in it, so it's that alone, just kind of putting on the jersey and different things, it's definitely pretty crazy.
I know there was some rumors that maybe when Peter Chiarelli was here, he was looking at you. He kind of wanted to get you on the Bruins, and then you end up going to Edmonton for a little. I mean, but what did that feel like, just to know that the home team was interested in you, and now again they got that interest?
Yeah, I mean, it's great, but it's also a little tough because, it's a little closer to home. more people are seeing it, more
Right.
your family, your friends, everybody's kind of knowing everything you're doing at all times. But I think I'm at a point in my life now that it's an honor. It's one of those, to be able to be on Nesson, be, you know, in the Globe, that type of stuff. It's just everything I grew up reading, watching. So it's pretty awesome.
Awesome. Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Thank you.